Hi, hello. My name is Michelle M. Trey Hollis, and you are listening to a five-star conversation here in the Sun City. These conversations are going to be with community business leaders who provide excellent dining experiences here in the neighborhoods of El Paso, Texas. Now, even though this is mostly going to be the backstory of the chefs, the restaurateurs, the hospitality uh, uh, experience here in El Paso, Texas, every now and then we will have other leaders who make a difference for each and every one of us here. And today is one of those days that I wanted to start out by talking to you with Edgar, one of our neighborhoods, of my neighborhoods here on the east side. He is a business owner here, and if it wasn't for him, this whole journey wouldn't be starting. And it all started with me just coming into his place of business and saying hello. This is a perfect reason and a perfect time for us to have this conversation. And I'm so glad that this first conversation on this channel is really us practicing what we preach and what we
That's
are
right.
doing with this channel, don't you think?
That's right. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Hi. Thank you so much for being here. So,
No, thank you. Thanks to you, we're here.
we are our best resources each other
Yeah.
in the city. So, do you remember how we met?
Yes, I remember you came visit me, and then you were talking about your business, right? And
Yeah.
then you were offering me a coaching program, and then that's how our business relation started.
That's right.
That's
Awesome.
right.
Yeah, and that is so great because that's what I want this channel to be about. I want us to understand that we are here to learn about each other, to do business together, to create a healthy ecosystem here in El Paso. So I'm so honored that that we've known each other for I almost want to say it's been almost a year now. It feels like.
Yeah, it feels like I really don't know. I'm really bad with remembering dates, but I know it's been about a year.
It's been about a year, and we've
It's
stayed
been about a year.
connected on social media, and we've I've you have helped me with my phones, so this natural progression of us creating a platform where we can get to know more people in the community and more
That's right.
business leaders and share those with the people.
That's right. That's right.
So, what I am really excited about is sharing a little bit more about what you do, and because I believe that your service is a necessity. The only reason I know it is because my family has been able to come to you and feel good about knowing that we could trust that our phones are
Thank
in
you.
great hands, and to
Thank you.
me, that's very, very important. So, please do me the honors and do us the honors of sharing more about AG cell phone repair and what you do for people with repairing their phones.
Of course. Well, AG Cellular Repair started. There is a huge backstory, like huge backstory. This business really started in Mexico, in Juarez specifically. I'm from Juarez, by the way. Um, and I started over there, and and I started with, well, my business started with a different. I always had this entrepreneurial mindset,
Yes.
and
And you told me a little bit about that because we talked about it before. You were saying that you had an uncle that you were able to talk to and really supported
oh
you.
yeah,
Right?
do you want the story of my uncle?
Yeah. Because I mean, I think it's important. Because as we were talking last time, it's like how we realized those lessons really made a
Oh
difference
yeah,
to us,
of
and
course.
and also that reminds us how we can be making an impact on other people too.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
so
right.
I'd love you to tell us about your uncle and how he helped you.
Okay, when since I was little, I remember I was in elementary school, and I was selling candy. I had this shoebox, and then I went to buy candy at the candy store, and then I was selling this candy at the elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to a point that the principal called my mother, and they say, "Hey, your kid needs to stop selling candy because it's affecting the school. Because the school has its its own
That is so
cafeteria, you know, where you can buy a sandwich or,
yeah.
or
I mean,
candy
they
or
told
whatever."
they basically said that you were like you were taking money from their
Yeah. So I was taking
wow, look at
profit
you.
from the school, and now I was a conflict, and I had to stop. And I
Right.
was so disappointed, and then after that, I was trying to sell something else, and then
Where were you getting the candy just from like from businesses, or you were just selling it and marking it up as a profit?
yeah, I was getting the candy at a in Mexico. It's very common this candy stores
Mm-hmm.
like for parties, and
Yeah.
you know, the Mexican candy, it's
Mm-hmm.
spicy, and then you can buy like kind of a more or less kind of a wholesale price.
Yeah.
So you can add a margin
Yeah.
and
That's
make a profit.
amazing you were doing that in elementary
So
school. Cool. And then fast forward to you were decided you wanted to do a business, right? And then with you were deciding you wanted to do business, and you got like some guidance from your uncle, right?
yeah, I had my uncle Jose Luis, and then he became such an inspiration, you know, like um I used to live for some season with my grandmother, and then after my mother passed away, and then I was kind of taking care of her,
Mm-hmm.
and then my uncle used to take care of my grandmother
Mm-hmm.
and visit her very often during the week.
Yeah.
So he stopped by to have lunch with her, but I was there, and then my uncle, he was like, he was he has this coaching type person.
Yeah,
Like, what are
yeah.
you doing?
I remember
Are
you
you
said
staying
he
in
got on your
school?
nerves, you know, when y'all were
Are you
little.
staying in school? What are you doing? How are you doing at school?
Yeah.
Don't quit and keep
Yeah.
going. What's your plans? What's your goals?
Yeah.
He was always asking questions about
Sure.
about what I was my how I was planning my life and my
Yeah.
career and all that stuff. And then since little, I had this entrepreneurial mindset, you know, like I was trying to do something because I had to buy most of my stuff because we didn't have a lot of money. And I mean,
Yeah.
and it's good because I think that when you give everything to your kids is not good because
Right.
they don't learn that money needs to be earned and things needs to be
Yes.
earned. Is nothing that it's free, you know.
Yeah. It's for real.
So I had this mindset of, okay, if I want a watch, I need to work for it.
Yeah.
'Cause if I want to have I don't know, like anything, you know, like I need to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's why I had this entrepreneurial mindset. But I always needed, you know, I think it's like having a mentor. So my uncle became like,
Mm-hmm.
he was a mentor for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know, you're young, you become distracted, and then you don't
That's not
do
reserved for the young.
so
It can happen to any of us.
so you know,
It's easy to become distracted. Yeah.
it's super easy to become distracted, but by my uncle uh, kept me
Yeah.
focused, you know, like what are you doing? So I came with a crazy idea. I Back in the days in Juarez, that there were this people were stealing these headlamps, the headlights of the cars.
Yeah.
Like back in the days, the Grand Marquis, it had big headlights,
Yeah.
and then they just like pull it, and it was easy to pull them and break
Yeah.
them, but they could sell them in the black market under the
Right.
table, you know.
Interesting. Okay.
So there were a business that they were installing these metal things to protect those things from being stolen. So I saw a demand and an opportunity, and
That's so
well,
cool.
I think that's not too hard to do it. I
Mhm.
think I can do it. So talking with my uncle, I went, oh, I have this idea, this this thing's happening, that people are stealing the headlights, and and I know a business that it's protecting the cars with this metal and rivets, and and my uncle start asking question. Okay, what do you need? Like, okay, I need material. Okay, go find material. So I came to El Paso, and I went to an electrical shop, and then I started.
He had to do the work. Okay,
I
so
had to do the work.
he was saying like, okay,
So
if you want to do this, go find what
so
you
I
need. That's
he pushed me
powerful.
to make a list, like, oh, I need
Yeah,
this metal. I don't remember the name.
that's
This
cool
metal
because he was
thing.
guiding you like,
Then
figure, okay, what's the next step? What's the next step?
yeah, and then I need a drill. I need a riveter, rivet, and I already have some tools from my father. Like, okay, I already have the drill. I already have these drill bits
Hmm.
already. I have some things that I can. I have an extension cord. I have this, and then I just need.
Really mapping out the
I
like,
was,
what do you actually need to
and
have this
then
done, or
and
to yeah.
then he was asking these questions, and okay, how much do you need to? Do you think you need? Have you made numbers? And then I did the homework, and one time, next time he visited my grandma, okay, I came out with like, it was like $250
Hmm.
to buy rivets and this metal thing, this metal was like a metal cord, metal, I don't know how to call it, I don't
Hmm.
remember, that is used for electrical stuff. So I came like 200 something, and I remember that he pulled $300 from his pocket, and he said, here's $300, and then you're gonna go and buy your stuff, go buy the material, and then I want you to start and start working on your project and offer your service. So I was, so for me it was that
How old were you then?
I was like probably 21 years old, probably
Yeah.
20, like 21 years old, and just a little. I I dropped off high school because my mom was diagnosed cancer,
Mm.
so things, it was like
Yeah.
a hurricane in the family, and
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
had to work to support the
Oh
family,
okay.
and and then, so that's a little backstory within the story.
Yeah, and it's great because I think what I love most about that story is, I know what I love most about you telling that story is just, you've always been very focused on how can you use your skills and provide a great service, and you notice those things and you're able to execute on that, which I think is important for a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, a lot of us, to know that, to know who we're working with is a problem solver. So I want to fast forward to now. AG Cell Phone Repair. Can you tell everybody um, what you do for people in the community, how you're helping us to repair our phones?
Of course, yeah. So I'm gonna fast forward. I started the business in Juarez, and then more or less in 2008, I think,
Mm-hmm.
I opened a kiosk in Sunland Parkmore,
Mm-hmm.
2004.
Mm-hmm.
But the Juarez shop was maintaining the the kiosk in Sunland Park Mall because
It
um,
wasn't, you weren't getting as many sales as you
yeah,
needed to
I
there.
wasn't getting as many sales, and this repair business was new. I
Mm-hmm.
was doing repairs already because I started repairing these Nextel phones back in
Mm-hmm.
the days.
Mm-hmm.
I had the blessing to meet a guy in Los Angeles. His name is Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Anderson Espitia. He's my brother. He's still my friend.
That's great.
Um, I remember when I went to Los Angeles to meet him, he borrowed me a car without knowing me.
Wow. See, that's awesome. I love that. I love that because people, there are good people who do want to invest in helping you succeed and you help them. And it's a real, there's a lot of genuine people out there. I think it's so important. And then so you had the Wattis location, you learned how to repair the phones, and then you've been repairing phones ever since. So how long has that been?
Yo, I think I'm repairing phones almost for probably almost 18, 20 years now.
That's important and that's amazing. And that's why you have such a thriving business.
And then, well, and then in 2010 I opened this location where we at right now.
Okay, okay.
And it's open since 2010, and
that, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you
for that, because I know that's you're in a strip. How are you the longest business has been here?
No, I'm not the longest. The longest is my neighbor.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Okay, awesome. But everybody else is like has this been a pretty would you say this area has been a lot of the same businesses? I think that's interesting to know.
Like in this area, same.
Yeah, in this building, has it been pretty much the same businesses for quite a long time?
No, they have changed.
Mm-hmm.
They have changed.
Okay.
They have changed. Not everyone, but they have been new businesses. It's hard right now. It's really hard to maintain a business. It's not easy. I have seen business come and go several times in this shopping center.
Wow. What do you think what has helped you stay in business, do you think?
Well, I think one part is perseverance. Another, you need to be tight on money, and a lot of people don't. It's hard to resist this lack of money at the beginning, because sometimes you don't have money. You're not making money. You don't have money to go out and have a meal with friends at a restaurant, because you're not making any money. You need to. So it takes kind of a sacrifice,
Oh, okay.
So you need to be willing to sacrifice things, like.
I have a hard time with that. I mean, I'm working on that. So that's not sexy advice, but it's true, right?
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. It requires you need to sacrifice some things, like not spending money on restaurants or drinks that's my story. Like, I had to sacrifice this even socializing, because sometimes for socializing you need to spend money, to go.
Yeah, and even just energy.
Yeah.
Having the energy and to stay focused.
So I had to put my whole energy focused here, and I built the shop. It's handmade. I just paid someone to help me and part of the equipment people gave it to me. Like I made the table. We made the work table, the workbench. It's somebody gave me this material from a kitchen, it's called Formica, or I don't know.
Okay, I've heard of it. Like the countertop.
Like, somebody gave me the countertops.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, this is great. Which it was like leftovers from
construction or something.
Construction or a kitchen. So we made the workbench with this material that I got for free.
Yeah.
And then a neighbor told me, oh, you can buy these fixtures in this place, or it's the most affordable I found. So I took his advice, and I started with a very, very low budget.
Yeah, it wasn't about the look; it was about getting stuff done.
Getting stuff done, yeah.
That's amazing, and that's such an important conversation. To when you get, as business owners, it's something that I'm learning. So I very much look up to you for teaching those types of secrets, and they're not really secrets, but again, having this real conversation with someone who's had a successful business here
Thank you.
and what it takes, and what I'm hearing you say, it just takes using what you have and serving the people, and then that being your main goal is just providing the service. That's number one. Not how it looks on social media or whatever the case may be. That you're here to provide your service and do a good job at it. That's the number one goal.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, and I think a lot of people would have this question, how primarily have you gotten the word out about your business? How do you feel, like, how have you been able to keep people coming in the doors? That's a good question, because you're here off the gateway. So how do you keep business coming in?
Well, of course, I put just a banner like
Yeah.
like this cheap banner,
Mm-hmm.
and until and then a friend that he's also an entrepreneur.
Uh-huh.
He told me, invest in a lighting sign.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna give you exposure, and people is gonna be able to see you more. And so I did that.
Yeah.
I invested on the sign, and then I put a better sign outside, and I had this advertisings on radio that was super expensive, and radio and TV, and
Mm-hmm.
back in the days was super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And then this niche started to get crowded. Like, there are a lot of shops that started coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that I was the first one that I opened here in El Paso, but I was probably
One of the first.
one of
the initial ones.
the initial
Mm-hmm.
ones. And then we learned a lot, because we still not perfect, but we care about our customers, But back in the days, we did mistakes, but with the time you fix them,
Thank you for saying that. It's like, don't expect not to make mistakes. That's one of the hardest parts for me, because I hate being wrong or doing something wrong. But you got to get over it, because the only way you learn right is by just by doing it. And
I
doing
remember to do mistakes, to have some angry customers, and then, but these mistakes help you to correct your operations, to correct
Yeah.
how you do the work,
Yeah.
and I just want to encourage other shop owners to learn from your customers, to do a
That's so
to do a good work, because at the end of the day, we can do a good job or a bad job. We're like mechanics,
Mm-hmm.
If I think everybody had an experience with a bad mechanic for your car. That
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people have had bad experiences with bad repair shops, for their
Yeah.
phone. I mean, I know I did. So
I know I did mistakes, and
Of course.
and we're still humans, but
Mhm.
now we have this compromise to if you're not happy, okay, let's see what went wrong, and because we're humans,
Mhm.
anybody can make a mistake,
Mhm.
but we don't reject, like, okay, we need to double check your device, take it apart again. We'll take it and see if something went wrong because of us or something else,
Right.
and it takes time, so I've seen some shops that they don't they do a mistake, and they don't, oh no, the warranty is over, and we're not gonna take it again, and I'm sorry, and then that's not how we work, because
It's not worth it.
it's not worth it.
It's
And
not
then-
worth a bad review. It's not, nowadays, you know what I mean? It's not worth not at least communicating to a place where you can resolve the issue. It's going to pay off so much more if it, within reason, of course, right?
Yeah, and now, for us, the most important thing is it's the people, our community,
Mhm.
So the most important thing is to serve our community and serve them well,
Yeah.
Like, we need to serve everyone, like with respect, with honesty, you know.
Integrity.
So with integrity, and that's our goal. And I think that, businesses will always try to win-win, you know, but I understand that sometimes we need to lose money, because sometimes we made a mistake and we need to replace something that it's expensive, and you can reject the warranty to say, this is what I've seen, that nobody likes to lose money, and it's okay. We're here to make profit, but sometimes we need to lose a little bit, and at the end of the day, the customer will be happy, and he will return, and he will recommend you.
I love what you're saying, because I understand exactly what you mean. We need to be discerning enough in certain situations. It's just a better, instead of being so tight, with your money, within reason again, if it is something where it's like, I don't have to, but I should. You want to always be on the side of, if you feel like you should, then you do it. Don't, it's not about saving whatever, making that savings. It's about just doing what is right. But I think it does take a discerning, it takes almost like an intuition, a little bit. Would you say, because you don't want just everyone to just think, okay, they're just going to get, whatever they want. But there's just certain circumstances where it's
more to do what it's fair,
Yeah, there
it's
you
more
go.
to do what it's fair, like determine, okay, if we caused that problem, it was our bad, then respond.
That's right.
Because I've seen a lot of shops that they did
but they'll pretend like they didn't. Well, that's a whole nother conversation.
Bad work, and oh no, we're not, warranty's over, and we're not gonna.
Okay, in that case, I even love what you're saying even more, because you're saying don't lie. You know what I mean? Don't be dishonest. Don't be dishonest. Yeah. And that's good. It's okay to be honest. It's what I'm hearing you say is, it is okay to be honest, that even when you have to pay, even when it costs you a lot, it's going to cost you more in the long run to be dishonest.
Yeah. I'm going to give you another example. One time I did a TikTok, and then I had a customer. This lady had this big iPad, like a 12.9 inch, and it looked broken. And then I noticed that what was broken was just the temper glass.
Oh, okay.
The screen protector. So I made a video, and I made a TikTok video, quick video, and I say, okay, this customer is coming to replace the screen. The customer, in her mind, she was willing to pay for a new screen. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna remove this. My guess is it's just the screen protector what is broken, and you may not need a new screen. You just need a new screen protector. But the screen for that device was over, I think, around $300.
Okay.
So I did a video, I removed the screen protector, and that was the case. It was just
the screen protector.
So other shop owners were following me on TikTok, and they were telling me that I was stupid because I could easily make $250 without doing anything. And it's true.
It's true. I'm sure a lot of people do that because the customer's obviously a little ignorant, not in a negative way, but
not in a negative way.
They're ignorant to the fact that they thought it was something more serious.
So shops, we have these opportunities where it's a fine line, to do the right thing or the wrong. Because
I love that you shared that story, because that's what I love about you, and that's why I trust you, and that's why.
Thank you.
That's why I'm partnering with you, and I appreciate you being a sponsor, because I only want to talk to and highlight and promote companies that I know that people can trust.
Thank you.
And it's because of things like that. It's because of your integrity. Like in those situations, we need that. Then, guess what? You do the right thing then. Now, I want to buy more stuff from you. I want to, now I'll, bring other things or, buy some of your retail items. And speaking of your retail items, what are some things that people can come and purchase here? I think that's important to know too, because you do repairs, but you also sell a few things too.
Well, we do. We also have accessories.
Yeah. Okay.
We have screen protectors. By the way, we have the best screen protector in town.
You're gonna have to. We're gonna link an Instagram post where he shows you.
I should have one right now.
I know. We'll link it. We'll link your Instagram. We'll link and we'll put it in the link below so that you can watch that. Or in the story if this.
We actually hit the. We do a demo with the working device, and we start hammering. We're hitting the device with a hammer, and the phone that don't break. And
that's
then
incredible.
It's a pay once, and you get unlimited replacements. So you don't, for the life of your device, you don't pay another screen protector. If
that's fantastic.
Gets scratched, if it builds up, we replace it for the life of your device.
That's incredible, and I'm glad you mentioned that because I probably need to remind my sister and my family to come get one. So for iPhones, Androids,
we custom made them for any phone, tablets, and even computers. Even newer cars have these big screens that can break. Those touchscreens, we can install them for the vehicles as well. We also carry prepaid plans starting at $10. Like, I have a lot of customers that sometimes grandma doesn't use internet.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this $10 plan with unlimited call, talk and text, so you don't overpay on your carrier.
Okay.
You just pay $10 plus tax, and your granny can have unlimited talk and text. And we have other prepaid plans, no contract, no social security needed. It's just pay as you go and stop paying if you don't need it anymore.
Okay, wonderful, awesome, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing a little bit more about you. Now, I do want, of course, we will be talking more, and you're going to come back on here soon, hopefully in like a month or so, to talk more about this other service that you're providing.
Yeah, I have another business that has to do with restaurants and other local niches.
Yes.
And it's a revolutionary thing. It's powered with AI.
Okay.
And it has to do with rewards programs.
Okay.
Because rewards programs are nowadays is essentially for any business, but they used to be very expensive things available for huge companies. But now with this program, it's available to any small to medium business. And
that's wonderful.
And my goal is to help these small businesses because I am a small business, and I remember to spend a lot of money on expensive advertising that never give me a return on investment.
Okay.
So we'll talk more about the program.
Yes,
soon.
we'll be certainly revisiting this conversation. But I want to say thank you, Edgar. Thank you for being a pillar in the community. Thank you for sharing some of your wisdom on how to maintain and keep a continuously growing and steady business in a healthy manner here in El Paso, and providing these services for the community in a place where we can come and trust that you're going to be honest with us about how, about our devices, which is means everything to all of us. Let's be honest. We can't live without them. Lord Jesus, we're turning around and going back home when we leave our phones these days. So this is a very important service. So thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me, Michelle. Thank you, and thank you for letting me sponsor your program.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. Awesome. Well, folks, this has been a 5-star conversation in the Sun City. Stay tuned because it is my joy to bring you more conversations, let you get to know the business owners, the leaders that we have right around the corners and, from our homes, right down the street in our community here in El Paso, Texas. And this is for you to get to know your local business owners, and also so the world can see just how bright that we are here in El Paso. So keep rising and shining, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.